admin to further on?
No, it's on. Only checking for next time, which is best done at the end.
So John sent out an agenda. So I'll put in a minute. I'll put up the celestial jigs, and then we're doing some parts tunes, Jack's Maggot and Gypsy's Lullaby. I hope somebody's going to do a guest spot. We've then got Morrissey things from the book, and then some more parts tunes, including a slightly challenging second part to Dingle Regatta, I think. Right, so shall I share screen? So this one is just single line, and so we have, for the parts tunes, we've got John's generated, synthesized versions with all the parts going at once, but for the moment you're stuck with me for this one. We'll just see what we've got there. So this is the amended Celestial Jigs. The original version had something different in the middle, I think. But, so we've got the Zodiac to start, and then we've got the Good Ship Sirius. Well, sorry. Actually, this is for English concertinas. That's a good practice one for alternating fingers on the repeated G's and things. Sorry. Yes. So what do? I do. Yeah, the three notes in a row is good because you get back to your proper finger. If you start on your usual finger, switch to the next one and then go back to the proper one, it's and then the last one is the Moon and Seven Stars. Etc. Right, so we'll go through them as written, initially just one straight through at a fairly moderate, sedate pace, though we did use these last time, so most people will have heard them, played them, and of course you've had a couple of months to practice them. Right, so the Zodiac has 4 parts, just to 4 sections, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so you're going to get a last 4 bars of the Zodiac, then in from the beginning. Ooh. I think I'm going to have to change concertinas.
Ooh, that doesn't sound good.
I think it's a bit of fluff in a reed or something like that, or the reed come loose. I won't try and fix it now. I'll just, for the moment, just grab a handy one that's a bit quieter perhaps, but right. So I'll same intro, but going straight on to the second line. So same intro, but miss out the first line. change. Oops. Change. Yes, this is my usual round the house concertina, a brass reeded George Case, good 160 years old, but I think I'm close enough to the microphone that it will work all right. It was the volume all right there? You could hear
It's
that.
perfectly loud enough. It's
Yeah.
fine.
That's what I thought.
Thank you.
Right, so we ought to try them a bit faster, don't we? So what? That... Oh, was that a bit too fast? Right, so right, same intro. Last 4 bars of a first line of the Zodiac, then slightly rather faster. Yes, I don't know whether I finished slower than I started. I think F sharps are doomed. Right, so it's all right now. So once more through, just slightly faster, but not a lot faster this time, and we'll see how it goes. See what we've got. So we're all keeping up at that pace. I apologise to anybody who came in the middle and hence didn't do the slow sessions, slow ones first. Hello, Jules. So were there any of those three that people want to have another go at that are sort of harder than the others, or are your fingers now suitably warmed?
I'm going to take the Zodiac away and have a go, because that's a nice tune, isn't it?
It is. It was Rory Gregg. I mean,
yes.
The Lincolnshire guy.
Yes.
Who introduced it, certainly. And you get a lot of tune for your money because it's got 4 parts. Each
that's
repeats,
right.
But
It's really nice.
But the middle, one of the rows is definitely very familiar from something else. But it's a nice one. Yes, I still struggle with the. I'm just going to put it back up for a minute. The transition into the, I don't know why, into the good. Of course, that time I did it perfectly all right, but the other 2 times through, I sort of messed up that transition into the good ship Sirius. You go. Yes, you've got to make sure you do. You've got to play that last quaver at the end. It doesn't actually matter. It's written as an E on the trans. So you've done. I think I was actually. Yes, I think you do need the E there. I was just wondering whether it would make more sense if you went straight from the G to another, adding another D at the start, but I don't think it does. So ignore me. I'm rabbiting on. Right, is that enough of those for warming up? Shall we move on? Yes, a few thumbs up at that point. Right, so I think I've got them all in here actually. George Tremaines. Tell you what, should have Jack's Maggot.
Sorry, I'm a bit late.
Ah,
Just had a parcel come via Amazon, and I've got to put some of my eye drops in, so I shall be just listening with no video,
right.
and hopefully when I come back, no echo.
That's all right. Okay. Is it? I'll mute him as well. Right, Jack's Maggot. Hopefully people can see all three systems there. I've got it filling my whole screen so that you've got nice big notes. So we've done this before recently as well, but we've got 4 parts to go at, so we can work our way through them and then play several of them together.
Paul, I think the one I sent out was just your 2-part version.
Was it?
But yeah, I'm happy to play the 4 parts so people can work on the screen if necessary.
Right, hold on a minute. Let me just go back to the wrong one.
Yeah, 4 parts is more difficult over Zoom, isn't it?
It is, yes.
You 2 at any one time.
Well, maybe. There'll be a slight pause while I just look at something then. Hold on a minute. My 2-part version. What from the? Is there a 2-part version?
It'll be on our website.
Yeah, it would. Okay, hold on 1 minute while I just. I'm sure we could. Be nice having the 4-part thing. So right. Just talk quietly amongst yourselves for a minute. Chiltinas, members, music, Jack. PGH 2-part. You're quite right. Yes, for some reason I knew I'd got a. I got a Jack's Maggot already in my folder of Chiltinas things, so I picked that up. Scores, Chiltinas, 2023, 1029. Right, okay. So we can get rid of that. I could reshare screen. Let's get rid of that for the moment. That one, leave that one there for an instant. Right. Can we make that a little bit bigger or not? Yes. Right, so hopefully people there can see a 2-part version. So hopefully the top part's exactly the same. So that's one of the parts out of the 4-part one, isn't it? Right. Okay. So let's all just play the black notes. Well, so I can't hear you, so you can be playing the second line if you want. But my suggestion is that we all initially just play the tune through. So I'll just to set the pace, I'll play basically the whole of the last line, plus a couple of notes, and then in from the beginning. Again. Right. Hopefully that was moving the microphone slightly. Hopefully that was a reasonable pace for getting that going. We want to get it going faster in a minute, but I think before we do, while we're at that pace, we'll play the second line. So my suggestion is you play along with me on the second line, but of course if you want to play the first against it, I won't know. I'm just thinking right. Right, I'm just going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and we come in on that first note A, the A minim, because the second line does not have the anacrusis, the pickup. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, me messing up the transition there. There's 3 beats in that last bar. 1, 2, rest. Yeah, okay. So you're just going to get the last 2 bars, and then we're going on, hopefully. Right. I'm messing it up. I'm holding that minim for more than 2 beats, aren't I? Right. Right. Where am I going? I tell you what, I'm just going to count in to the beginning of the B part, the first, the A note. A 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm really not doing very well here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. Yes, apologies about the mess in the middle. For some reason I was holding the last minim of the A part for too long. It really is just 1, 2 and then down, and I was holding it for 3 for some reason. Once you've got something wrong in your brain, it's difficult to get it back out again. Right. So the recording is a bit faster, I think. So initially, I'm just going back and playing the black notes, doing them at a bit faster speed, so that we can. I don't know what speed it is at. That's a plausible speed, isn't it? There, I think, probably. Right, so here's the last couple of bars of an A part, a bit faster, just for us to play along with. Right, let's see what the computer can play. I think I have a. I think that's about the speed that I was doing that at then. So I need to make sure that's sharing both, which I'm not doing at the moment. Hello everybody. Yes, you can't be go off doing something else thinking that I can't see you, because occasionally I can do that and see everybody. Right, so I want media player and I got two. Right, so you are screen sharing. Yes, I know that. Right, I've lost it again. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4 and press the button and see what happens. And you can either play the black notes or the red notes, or if you're on a duet you could play them both at the same time. Or in fact, possibly on English you could play quite a few of them at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, let's do it once more, exactly the same. Oh, although you could play the other part, of course, now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So I just started dismantling a concertina while it was playing. Right, so I think one thing we could do, so those are, seeing how these relate. So that's the third part, actually, on this one, the 4-part version we were putting in there.
Well, I think you told me that you mixed 2 parts together.
Yeah, I think I had just slightly, but not very mixed. I just thought as a nice challenge for people, I thought I'd play the automated recording once more, and you could try putting any of those 4 lines against it as a sight reading exercise if you haven't done one of them before, or else do one of the ones you've done already. So I haven't got a 4-part rendering, however. Could have, but anyway I haven't. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So was that at all useful? Did people choose to play one of the other lines, or did you stick with what you'd got?
I chose to play the bottom line and
Right.
didn't fare very well.
Oh, right. Well, I think we ought to give you one more chance because only one's through is a bit of a problem. So last chance through Jack's maggot about to come up. Oops, wrong thing. Right. So to pull that back. 1, 2, 3, 4. The music's just gone away. Hold on a sec. I don't want it to... Right. Right. Good. So I hope that worked. While that was going on, I was just dismantling my concertina that had the Duff reed in it. Interested in seeing what it was. So here's the concertina. I've undone the 6 screws and can take off the end. So it was the F sharp on the pull that was the problem, and the pull reeds are the ones that are exposed when you take the end off. So thumb in the middle, pull the reed pan out. I want an F sharp, so the easiest way is to play the note and see which one. Ooh, yeah, better without a backdrop really. Which pad opens, so I can see from that it's an F sharp is it's sort of. I'm going to turn my backdrop off. This is annoying me that I'm disappearing. Choose virtual background. Not.
Is that your new house, Paul?
Sorry, which?
The one that's in the backdrop.
Well, that was a punting trip on the cam a few weeks ago. Yeah. So as a further clue, usually the where's the camera there? The note things are written on the other side, the wrong side. So I need to find the F sharp there, which is that one, and then look at the equivalent one on this side, which is that reed. So the two possibilities would be, the most likely one was that it's come loose in its slot, but it isn't, it's firmly there. But when I took it out, I could see, I think I can still see it now. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it if I hold it up to the camera. There's a little bit of paper or dust or something just sticking in between the reed and its frame that just stops it from vibrating. So if I just if I just blow it abruptly, I think that would now work. Not like that, it won't. So I could run a bit of paper through the gap is the usual thing you do with a piece of paper there. So I don't know whether this is of interest to people, but this is concertina maintenance on the go. Right, so that's just wiped any dust out of it. So I push it back into the thing there. I put the thing back in its place, there, and before I put the screws in I have a go to see if it wants to play ball or not. Right, so there it is, working fine in both directions. So all I need to do now is do the screws up, but I won't hold things up while that happens. But that's it doesn't happen very often. I think I've only had it happen half a dozen times over however many years, 30 years I've been playing. But a piece of dust in the reed is between the reed and the frame is a common enough problem that it's worth being able to solve it yourself, and it's not difficult really. English concertina was designed by an engineer to be eminently maintainable, I think. Right, so that was a slight aside. So shall we go on now to Gypsy's Lullaby? So if I go back to G George Tremaine, Gypsy's Lullaby, right. So again here I've probably got a slightly different version. Let me just actually put up the version that John provided, because I mess things up by resetting them to fit because when I'm sharing screen it's landscape mode, it's wider than it's high, whereas ordinary music is portrait mode and higher than it's wide. Yeah, so this was John's version, and I think mine is identical but is closer spaced together, because there's a lot of space on here, so if I had the whole thing on the screen it gets a bit small to see, was the reasoning. So I think this is identical. I hope it is. Does it look identical? No, it doesn't. What's different? Excuse me. Oh no, it's Jack's maggot. I'm looking at the wrong bit altogether. Right, so does that look identical to that? No. Right, what are the differences? I've relayed it so that it hasn't got the anacrusis, and I've put the lead in on a separate line. But I think they're functionally the same. I don't think it matters which you're playing. I think they will end up being exactly the same. So my tea is about to arrive. Coffee or whatever. Thank you. Coffee. Thank you. Right. Right. Okay. Right. Oh. Right. Right. So the introduction is one person doing like that. Okay, so you'll well, you can play the introduction if you want, but the aim is that you listen to the that first line introduction, and then you come in at the start of the first full system. And there's quite a few notes in this, so maybe not too fast to start with. Right, so let's do that again. What on earth am I doing? Right, so do it again. again. Yes, you've got to practice, and if you haven't got it right yet, I'm just going to play the last couple of bars over and over again a minute, just so you can get that sequence right. It's the same as the first couple of bars. And last time. Yeah, and that's, with a sequence like that, which is a bit unexpected, it's the only way to get it right is to play it over and over again until you can't play it wrong. So we'll do it again a little bit faster, and then we might slow it back down and do the red part, I think. That's too fast, I think. And again. So that's the main tune. So now the red notes, the accompaniment. I'll slow it back down a bit. So I'm going to do the same introduction, the black notes introduction, and then play. But a bit slower. It's not easy, even at that speed. It's because it's less of a memorable tune. It's harder to play. I'll do the same thing again. Let's start again. Shall we try it a bit faster? I think we've got some. I'm just going to look to see what speeds we've got this thing at. There's that's not the one I meant. So we've only got it at one speed, which is 90. Let me close that. Just have a look, have a listen, see what speed it's meant to be at. Right, I'll try and do it at something similar to that speed. Right, okay, so introduction. You wouldn't believe it, but the same note is misbehaving on this concertina now. Sometimes, but not always. Which probably is indicative that the reeds come loose in the shoe. Is that thing there? Right. Shall I do that once more? With me playing the red notes at that speed, and then I'll do the automated one, and you can listen to them both together. Yes, it's a bit wrong on the last two bars. I was thinking what happens next. Okay, so let me share the music and things. So was that too fast? No, you're doing all right there. Okay, good. Right, so I'm going to share.
I was only playing the tune and a couple of chords with it. So.
Right, but you had me as accompaniment.
I did, and it was very nice.
Yes, that's right. If you've had problems with the accompaniment, just play the tune. That's much easier to play because it's much more of a melody. Right, so we want that and that. I need to get this back. So yeah, I've no idea why, but this recording that John's given me doesn't actually have the introduction. It goes straight into the main thing, probably so that it can loop round multiple times. So I'm just seeing what right, that's that. Right, so where's my music gone? There. Rewind back. I don't know. I can't play. Oh, that's better. Now, I can't play that and then press the button. I can't get my hands from the concertina to the thing fast enough. I need a foot button to turn it on. So I'll do da 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 da. Oh. Right. Just have a look at people. Did that work? That speed's okay, and you could hear both parts. Right. I think that's worth doing once more, and then we'll move on. So you get a. I still don't really know how to do this. Right, I'm gonna press the button and say 1, 2, and it should start. 1, 2. Yes, I think all the gypsies' babies are now soundly asleep. Right, we're on to that moment in the programme that says guest spot, volunteers welcomed. Um, and what have people been playing for the last month? Is there anything you've played you'd be willing to share with us? It doesn't have to be perfect.
Well, if nobody else is leaping up, I've got a tune I've been playing, which I actually used at the West Country Quantock Lodge weekends, called Alloa House.
Ah,
A Scottish tune. I can put it up on the screen if I can share.
yes, you should be able to.
Where are we? That must be it. So there it is, the arrangement. But what I'll do, I'll make that a bit bigger. And then see if I can do this. Aha, how do we do this?
There's a plus down the bottom right hand side of the screen in the...
Right, that's about as much as I can do. I'm guessing not too many people will play the left-hand part anyway.
No, indeed, yes, that's right. Have you got original sound turned on?
At the moment, no. It's
it'd be worth you
probably
doing
not.
it if you.
Yeah, I will do. I've got to find it first. Because I've done that, I can't find anything anymore.
You might have to unshare in order to find it again.
I think I might, mightn't I? I'll do that, yeah. Why don't I do that? There we are. Ah, look at that. There we go. Right, we're on.
Because otherwise Zoom will think you're in interference noise and suppress you.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, right, what's it doing? Okay, just about. Can people see that more or less?
Yes, well certainly
right,
I can.
What I'll do, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my headphone thing in so that it'll deaden the sound a bit at the other end, because I think I'm getting quite a lot of echo back. So about this, there we go.
I'll turn my microphone off so you won't get echo from me.
Right, and we've got an earphone. Okay, Aloha House, here we go. I'll just play a little bit of the end of it to introduce it. So if you feel like having a go, of course the wonder of Zoom is that you can play any old garbage and nobody will hear anything, so it's wonderful, as long as you're all muted. Including you, Paul, if you're going to play. Hang on, I'm just trying to get back into this tune because I've been playing all this other stuff. Once more.
myself. Very nice.
Oh, thank you. And
I could actually do this and unmute everybody, which would cause chaos. Now everybody's unmuted, and so you can now all applaud.
Oh, I say thank you.
So if you stop sharing, and then it's probably best if you turn off your original sound.
There we go. That's off. Thank you.
Because Zoom works best when one and only one person has original sound on. Right. Right.
Isn't anybody else going to do anything?
I've hardly picked my team up in the last month. Life has been a bit busy, one way or the other.
Oh.
Yes, don't be shy. Yes.
No,
Right.
not at the moment.
Okay. So we'll hear all the mistakes that I'm making.
And can't we all?
Right. So where are we up to? Oh, it's the mini theme is more Morris. So I want to. I need to open the session tune book at this point, which I didn't get set up. Yeah, so I'll. Right, so I've got that right. So let me mute people. Mute all. Yes. Get rid of that. Share screen. Share the tune book, and let's start off with this one. So the first one on the list was These Glorious Years, otherwise known as Glory Shears, or Queen Victoria's Glorious Years or something, wasn't it? What am I looking for? Glory Shears must be here somewhere. How am I now? Glory Shears. No. Right. So the aim with these is to not spend too long on any one tune. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tunes to do. So I'll play it once through slowly-ish, and then we'll do it faster. So am I sharing? Yes, I am sharing. I can see some people. Right, yes, everybody's muted. Right, you're going to get the last 2 bars of an A part and a couple of notes. And a bit faster. again. Round of applause from outside, I think. Slurp of coffee. Right. Next one on the list was Nutting Girl. LMNO. Nutting Girl. Right, A part repeats, B part doesn't. So I'll play the last 4 bars of an A part, and again we'll do it sort of once slowly and then twice fast, probably. Faster. We don't want to be too fast for Morris peoples. Ah, rubbish. So that's my fault. Right, do that again. Right, from the last 2 bars of the middle line. Yes, sorry about the mess up there. This is the sad tale of a girl who went a nutting and in the end threw all her nuts away because she fell in love with somebody she met on the path. Right, so we'll do that a little bit faster, though I think I speeded up when I fell apart and came back in again. So anyway, last 4 bars of an A part. again. In case you think the music's got louder, I'm playing on the concertina I repaired now, which I think actually is a bit loud for this. Right, Princess Royal, Morris, LMNOP. Oops, gone too far. There we go. So Princess Royal, the original of it was a O Carolan tune in a minor key. What am I doing? Etc. But somehow or other, when it came to England and turned into a Morris tune, it got majorized. Which I think is a much more cheerful and interesting one. Usual A and B parts repeating. So here's the last two bars of an A part. And a bit faster for dancing purposes, I think. That sort of speed, I think. Same intro. again. Good. I'll just stop sharing a moment just so I can see whether people are still there. Are we all right keeping up at these? Not too fast, not too slow? A few general thumbs up and things there. Yes, right. Right, we'll share back again. Where's it gone? Yes, it's a well-behaved tune, that one. Once it's got into your fingers, it falls under the fingers nicely. So, Step and Fetch Her. Coming on. We've got a minute to speed the plough. Staten Island. Step and Fetch Her. Yes, this is the one that the guitar players don't like because of the middle line of all the changes. Is how that's going. It's the rhythm of that beginning of the second line. Right, so so here's the last two bars of an A part, a bit slower as we go through initially. For reasons, because I don't like having repeats in the middle of, or it not taking up too much space. The note that the note density is twice as great for the second and third parts. They're 8 bars per line, not 4. But which is why the first line repeats, because it's only half as long as the others. Is that too fair? All right, okay. I'll do it again, same speed. Yeah, it was a bit faster than I intended to play it the first time through, which is why I did it twice. Yes, note that the notes are really the same in the second line. The first half of it and the second half of it are almost the same, except in the first half it's a dotted crotchet, a held note there, whereas in the second half it's the same except that it's split into two notes. Just for a bit of variety, I think, really there.
Quite a boring tune, I thought.
A boring tune, yeah. It needs to go a bit faster, I think. We'll try it a bit faster. Let's do that again. Sorry. Last two bars of an A part. Ah. Yes, I think it does a bit more about it at that speed, but I do agree it's a fairly boring tune. And the last of the ones here is possibly rather slower, certainly, or it can be slower, which is Sweet Jenny Jones. Sweet Jenny Jones is the pride of Glamorgan, or pride of somewhere or other. Etc. I think people will know the tune, and it's not a difficult tune, so we won't go too slowly to start with. Last four bars of an A part coming up. again a little bit faster, though I don't think it wants to go at lightning speed, this one. Last 4 bars of an A part. Sweet Jenny Jones, the pride of Glamorgan. Pride of, well, was it Glamorgan? Was it, she was the pride of somewhere Welsh?
Llangollen.
Llangollen. Oh, right, all right. Yes, and Glamorgan didn't sound right when I said it. Right. So that's that one. We're now back to part tunes. So there's the Dingle Regatta. Which one am I looking for? No, not that. Just the I'm just checking again that I've got the. So this was John's one, which if spaced onto a page is a bit small, even if I zoom in. Anyway, so I have done my usual thing and put it somewhere up here. D, curly headed Dingle Regatta. Right, so just yes, I did Dingle. Not really missing much. So this is I'm sure most of you will know the tune, but we have here an accompaniment. John's provided this at 2 different speeds, so we can do it slower and then against both parts, slower then faster. Anyway, let's just play the tune, not too fast. Right, so just how about a last line? and then at that same speed, let's just try doing the red. And we might need to do it slower because again it's not the tune that you know. We'll see. So I'll just play the last line of black notes just to set the pace. Yes, I messed up the last line there. Yes, clearly in terms of the part playing the second part, the last line is the hardest one because of all the rest. But once you've got the rhythm right, so let me just do that bit again. Yes, is that beginning to make sense to people? So let's go back now and play the top line a bit faster. So just the last two bars. Yes, I have a slightly staccato playing style of those. Then the last section, I suppose, as written it. But I think it's probably better. You know, even though that's not what's written, I think that's what I would play. Make those staccato, dotted crotchets. But, up to you. I can't hear you. Right, so let me have a look at the automated version. Where is it? No, it's the PDFs. A minute. Right. Dingle Regatta 85, louder, it says. slower one. Let me share it properly. Share screen, share media player and the music. Right, so oh, I lost my come on, go away. Right, so I think this just starts playing immediately. So I'm just going to press the button and see what happens. It does start playing immediately. So I'm just going to count 1, 2 and press the button, and you'll see what happens. You can decide which line to play. 1, 2. So I think we'll do that one again at that speed, and then just for interest we'll try see what John's faster one's like. So 1, 2. Right, so I'll just stop sharing that for a moment. So that was similar pace to what we were doing the individual things from. I did find that the balance is a bit odd on that one, in that the accompaniment is considerably louder than the tune, but actually that's not a bad, given we're trying to hear the tune against the accompaniment. If you're playing the tune, it's quite nice to be able to hear the accompaniment against it and things. Right, so let me just where's that one gone? Right, let me find the slightly faster one. Right, so share screen, share music, share thing. Right, so this is going to sound like, I've got to get rid of those bits first. Actually, why that's there. Right, it's going to sound like. Which may be a bit of a challenge, but let's have a go. So I'm going to say 1, 2 and press the button. 1, 2.
Can't hear you, Paul.
I turned my microphone off because I was playing along. Which do you prefer, the slower or the faster? Anyway. Well,
The faster was okay for the second part, which is probably a bit less fiddly. I don't know. Pretty much the same, maybe.
I think I prefer the slightly slower.
yes, I think 85 is quite a reasonable pace for that. You could perhaps go somewhere in between and 92 or something like that.
Something between.
Right, well, on the programme we still have Enrico and a reserve, but I suspect, given that it's 2 minutes to 4, there's not a lot of point in, and unless we should we just. I'll tell you what, I'll put up Enrico and we can just play through the top line just to get it in our brains, shall I?
That's it.
Right. So where's my? Where's is it gone? Share screen. So this was. Here's Enrico. So the two. And the second part goes. But I don't think we have time to do the second part much, though it's there on the screen. You can play it. I'm going to play the top line through a bit slower, and you can just have a go if you want. Last 2 bars. Quite a lot of notes, but they're well behaved notes. So just for instance, I'll just try playing through the second line. Possibly I won't do the repeats, I'll just play through once. So you could do a bit of practice on that before next time, I think is all I would say on that. I don't think it's time to put much effort into it. So John, have you any administrative things to say about
Well, only to note the sessions we got coming up and see if people got ideas for agenda next time. I get a lot of echo, Paul. I don't know if you mute yourself for that. It solves it from my point of view at any rate. Right, in terms of sessions, 2 weeks time we got a session at Malden, which Paul will again, I think, bravely try and Zoom. The next Zoom only session is on November the 26th. We haven't got one in December. I think the West Country players got one on December the 3rd. Before November the 26th, we can have a proper go at Enrico. But any of the tunes that we played today, including the initial warm-up, that either people think we should move on from or would particularly like to play again. So over to you for some feedback.
What we go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just unmuted everybody and
All right, yeah, thanks. It would help. Yeah, so anybody, any tunes you'd like to play again, any tunes you think we should move on from?
I like the Morris tunes.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'd be very
Well,
happy to play them again.
Yeah, okay, we can stick with another theme. That may save me having to think of something.
Could we throw in a couple of carols? It's getting near that time.
It is, yes, and we'll have a Malden session in December, but we won't have a Zoom session. So, yep, that's a good idea. So, I can clear most of the others away. I might keep Dingle Regatta, as I think that's new to us.
Yeah, right that one.
What about the warm-up set? People happy to have another go at the jigs, or maybe I can have a Christmas warm-up set.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice.
Yep. Okay, that's all the feedback I need. So thanks, and thanks again to Paul for running the session.
Yeah, thank you, Paul.
Right, thank you, John, and thank you, Paul.
Yeah. My fingers
Thank
ran
you.
away a bit in the middle in a couple of cases, but still.
No matter. It's lovely to have a session on Zoom. Lovely.
Okay, so I hope to see some of you in Malden on the 12th. Okay, bye everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, Paul. Bye.
Thank you.